Hello and welcome to What's Your Story? We have a fabulous guest today. His name is Neil Palma, and I've gotten to know Neil quite well recently in the fact that Neil is one of the owners of the Premier Physical Therapy and Pulmonary Rehab, and they were the people that worked with me through both of my surgeries, through the knee replacement and the hip replacement. So Neil was my therapist. So welcome, Neil. Glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so exciting to actually get you on the show now and interview you, because I don't think people realize sometimes how important physical therapy is. And I've heard other people say that they've gone through knee replacements, but they just didn't do the physical therapy like they should have. And if you don't, it kind of limits your healing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Usually, after surgery, let's say a knee replacement, like what happened to you, you should start physical therapy right away. You have a window to maximize that progress, your healing. And sometimes some patients, they waited a little bit longer before they decide to go physical therapy. And what happened was, they don't walk right, they were limping, let's just say they didn't really heal the right way, and they were not able to maximize the progress that they should have had if they got physical therapy right away.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, sometimes I understand, patients are in pain,
Oh, yeah.
they're in pain, and they just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But they just they need to know that physical therapy is there to help them out, to make sure that they get to their goals.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I did, my doctor recommended, was I did physical therapy before the surgery as well as after the surgery. Would you recommend that for other people?
Yeah, definitely. Physical therapy before surgery is pretty much preparing the patient's body, so that after surgery the healing will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Your muscles are stronger, your body is stronger to I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's stronger in order to move, right?
Yes,
in order
yes. So that you will heal better if your body is ready for for the surgery.
Yeah.
And you're able to participate more in physical therapy that way.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I mean, just like what happened to you, you actually did a little bit of body conditioning first before getting into surgery, so you were able to maximize your healing.
Yeah, and you guys were great with me, because we did the knee, and just when I was getting back where I could walk and move, then we did the hip, and so I have a friend that had her hip done before I did, and she's still having problems, but she won't do the therapy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've dealt with a lot of patients too that they just don't wanna deal with physical therapy, and they end up not really walking the way they should be if they went to therapy.
I remember you used to say to me, "That hip's too high. You got to do this, do that." Yeah. So, yeah, you're the one that made me aware that the hip replacement even needed it.
Yeah. When I start walking with you, I didn't notice it at first. I just, because we were concentrating a lot on the knee,
Mm-hmm.
and then after a few weeks, I was just wondering how come the hip is not aligned. Your one hip is higher than the other, and you're start complaining of pain in the hip.
Right.
So that's when I told you, you need to talk to your doctor and see what he says about it.
And when I asked him about it, he said, "Oh, let's X-ray it." And then he came in and he said, "It's a good thing you got a good smile, because you don't have very good bones."
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: as a therapist, do you prefer working with people in your facility, because you have a great facility, or do you prefer working with people at home?
Well, I prefer both. Working at home, with home-based patients, I'm really able to work with the patient one-on-one. It's personalized, not only with the patient but also with their family, with caregivers. I'm able to educate them on the things that they need to know about physical therapy and what they should do every day. So it's more like a personal thing. And the rehab, the one thing that I really like about the patients in the rehab is we have all the machines
Yes.
that we can work with the patient, so we have more options. And sometimes patients prefer to stay at home and do the therapy and all that, and that's where I come in and go to their homes and educate them about it. And after I work with them at their homes, now they want to follow me to my
Yes.
rehab and start and still work more, which is it's one way also of getting the word out there that hey, I open a clinic here. You can continue your therapy with us after you're done with your home health.
Yeah. Is that why you opened it?
Well, that's one reason why I open it. Before I work in a home health, I used to work in a nursing facility. That's my very first job as a therapist, working in a nursing facility. Never really liked the idea of big bosses, looking over your shoulder when working with the patients. So
Yeah.
when I start working in home health, I love it. I work alone. Like I said, it's more personalized with the patient and all that, and also with their family member. So I work with home-based patients for a while, and then my business partner Tom, he's a PT. We talk and said, you know what, I'd like to continue their therapy in an actual clinic. So 2 years later, we plan on opening our own clinic, and early this year we finally got the license to do that. So some of our patients are following us.
Right.
Some that we saw before at home health, we are following us in our clinic now.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
a lovely facility, and like you say, you've got all the machines, all the equipment, all the tables, everything you need,
Yeah.
for the therapy, which is really, really wonderful. What other services do you offer?
Well, physical therapy and pulmonary rehab, those are the two main things. The majority of our patients go to us for those. Pulmonary is, respiratory. It's for breathing. There's a lot of COPD patients here in Vegas.
Oh.
A lot of patients who had COVID and never really recover from it. So they needed help and rehabbing. Those. But we also offer occupational therapy and speech therapy if needed. Yeah, and now we just partner up with a company that provides cognitive care for patients. It's called YA Partners. They are with FitMinds. Now, FitMinds is like one of the biggest company in Canada and here in America that provide cognitive care for the patients. Here in Las Vegas, there's a lot of, let's just say there's a lot of older generation here. People are retiring here and all that. And one issue with them is dementia. Cognition is one big part of that. My dad. It's one thing too that I got really interested in doing this, in partnering with this company, because my dad also, I noticed that he's kind of like getting there.
Yeah.
So what we do with cognitive care is we have a lot of trained occupational therapists that will work with the condition, cognitive part of the patient, and there's been a big study about it that the patient actually improve cognitively, when they're under the program. And also, this is for everybody, especially the ones like 60 and over, because one way or another we will have some issue with cognition later on. So this program actually will not totally prevent the disease. It's more like delaying the process, stalling the process. So when I learned about it, I got interested, and I was able to partner up with them, and now my clinic is the only provider of Fit Minds, in Las Vegas right now. So, and what we do is for patients who are interested in going to the program, we offer free screen test for the cognition. That's, if you go to a doctor, that's like $150.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's a good savings.
Yeah. So we provide a free screen test for them, and we will let them know if they need to start with the program or not.
You also provide free transportation.
Yes, we do. One thing that my Tom and I and Eric, who's a respiratory therapist. One thing we notice is there's a lot of patients that wants to go to a physical therapy, a clinic, and all that. The main concern is transportation. So in order for us to reach out to those patients, we provide free transportation for them. And so far, so good. I mean, we've been getting a really good response from that.
Oh, I'm sure, because I have a physical therapist that's in one of my art classes. And when I said that you offered to pick me up, she was like, what? I don't know anybody who picks someone up and takes them to physical therapy.
I know. I mean, I think we're the only ones actually offering that.
Yeah, she was really impressed. She goes, they must really care about you. And I said, well, I felt from the beginning that they really care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Now you're Filipino.
Yes, I am.
And all the members of your family are nurses.
Yes.
Yeah, mother, father, wife, everybody. Now, how come you're not a nurse? How come you're a physical therapist?
I know, it's crazy. I tried going to nursing school 3 times, but nursing is just not for me. So like you said, pretty much my whole family, they're nurses or involved in nursing one way or another. My 2 brothers, they're nurses.
Your brothers are too?
Yes,
oh, that's amazing.
They're married to nurses also.
Oh my goodness.
I am married to a nurse. So my cousins and all that, my aunts, they're nurses, or working as involved in nursing care. But I really don't know. I mean, I never really into nursing.
You never got excited about it?
No, not really. But I tried 3 times going to nursing school, but it's
I would
just
think
not
after
me.
the first time you'd know it wasn't you.
Well, I really try to push myself and see if just maybe this time I can do this. But no, until one day I told my wife, this is like 12, 13 years ago, I told my, hey, look, I need to go back to school, but I need to go to to go do something that I really love. And she told me about try physical therapy.
Well, I have to tell you, you can tell that you love physical therapy. I mean, between the nurse I had and you 2 guys, you were wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
You were absolutely wonderful. I felt like you became a part of my family, because I mean, you did more than was expected in physical therapy. You were putting ice on me and making sure that I got back in the bed without killing myself, and those kinds of things. Do you have a memorable experience as a therapist?
Well, I have.
I mean, other than putting up with people like me who complain a lot.
I was gonna say that one, but no. It was there's this one patient. It was my very first job as a physical therapist in a nursing facility, and this patient had a stroke. She's probably like late 60s or something. She had a stroke. She's very weak. Like really can't do anything for herself. Can't even feed herself. Nothing. Like she's crying. She was crying not because she feels bad for herself, but she's crying because she feels ashamed that she's giving more inconvenience to her family.
Oh.
So me and another PT, we talked. We said, we're gonna work with her, like every day. See, the thing with if a patient is in a nursing facility, we can work with them every day.
Oh,
We can
wow.
work with them every day. So that's what we did. We just keep working with her, work every day. Anything that we can do to get her, get her stronger, because that time she can't even stand up on her own. We have to carry her from transferring from bed to wheelchair. you know so after a few weeks of working with her, she's getting better, and I had a family emergency. I have to be gone for like about 10 days. When I came back, 8 o'clock in the morning, she was the very first patient in the rehab, with a therapist standing next to her. She is using the stationary bicycle
Oh, wow.
on her own.
Oh, wow.
So she saw me. She was smiling and all that. She asked me to come over, and she hugged me, and she just said, thank you so much. And she said, now I can do a lot of things for my own. Right there and there, I knew that I
You'd pick the right profession.
yes, I did.
Yeah.
Every time I remember her, it just still hits me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's another one, a patient that is very strong personality, cries a lot, but eventually we became good friends. But yeah, and she really listened to me every time, but still complains a lot, but now she's getting better. She did really good.
Are you talking about me?
uh,
Did I complain a lot?
yeah, but I mean, these are the things that money cannot buy.
Yeah.
Relationship with the patient and all that. I mean, we became good friends.
Yes, we became very good friends.
Yeah.
And you're making me walk uphill. That block that you made me walk up that hill, I hadn't ever even walked up that hill before I had my
Before
knee
you-
replacement. I'd get about halfway up and I'd be winded, and the next thing I knew, I'm with you, and we're all the way at the top, and you're going, do you want to rest? There's no way I was going to admit I wanted to rest. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just fine. But it was good for me,
Yeah.
And now I walk up that hill and go on around the corner and keep going. So
That's good.
yeah,
That's
I mean,
really good to
you
know.
were wonderful with me. You were kind, and you were wonderful, and you supported me, and you listened to me when I cried about my life. You should probably be a psychiatrist as well. I mean, you had to listen to all the other stuff that went right along with the pain, right? Oh, and remember the the knee replacement, somewhere along the line, I got food poisoning, and I had the knee, and I was throwing up all the time, and you guys were so good to me, and it was like, I mean, that was beyond what you're expected
I
to
was,
do.
I was not only a therapist, but at that time I was also your caregiver.
Yeah, you were amazing. You were just absolutely wonderful. What would you tell people they should need to know when they're picking a therapist to work with? What traits or qualities should they look for?
Well, I mean, you can tell right away. I mean, someone that really spends time with you,
Yes.
not just spending and standing next to you. It's more like talking to you, giving you pointers, educating you, letting you know why you're doing this, so that you'll be more motivated to do that, because it's good for you.
Yes.
You know, I know not a lot of therapists are perfect, but but at least find somebody, that will spend that extra minute with you. I mean, that's very important.
Yeah, that was one of the things I noticed about both you and your partner Tom. You know, you would find out how I was emotionally as well as physically,
Well,
because
they go on hand in hand.
yeah,
You know.
when we're going through something like that, it's not something we want to go through. I mean, I didn't go through my life going, oh, good, one day I'm going to have a knee replacement or a hip replacement, you know, or become a bionic woman. I didn't think that was part of what was going to happen to me in my life. And when it did happen, it's depressing.
Oh, it
You
is.
know,
It is. It
all of a
is.
sudden it's just like I can't do anything, can't take care of myself, don't have a caretaker in my home. And you guys, the two of you played the part. I mean, between you and that wonderful nurse I had, Tim, he was fabulous. I was shocked to have a male nurse. I don't know why I was shocked to have a male nurse, but I did. And he was just fabulous. And I mean, the three of you worked together so well. It was just it was a great experience.
Thank you.
When
Thank
people
you.
say, "Well, how do you feel about having their knee replacement?" And I was like, "Yeah, that was really fun." But it wasn't fun. But I mean, you guys made it pleasant. At least it wasn't a disaster.
That's the least that we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've worked with a lot of patients who dealt with that, and the least that we can do for them is at least emotionally feel good.
Yeah.
Show them that hey, there's a light, under the tunnel and all that. So
Yeah.
so yeah, sometimes if you push a patient too much, they have the tendency to quit, and hate you, hate the therapist, right? Because they're already in pain. Even before we come in, you
Yeah.
were already in pain.
Oh, a lot of pain.
So if I just get in there and then be like boss you around and all that, and not care about your emotions, your feelings.
I probably would have quit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get any good results out of
Yeah.
you if I did that.
Right. Well, you did, because I'm walking like a star again. This is really, really good.
That's good.
So tell our viewing audience, tell our people out there how they can reach you, or how they can find out about your facility. And so if you just tell them where it is and what your email is, or your website, or your phone number, give them all that information.
Okay, so the clinic is called Premier Physical Therapy and Pulmonary Rehab. It's off of Flamingo and Spencer, right next to Desert Spring Hospital. It's 1771 East Flamingo Road, Suite 100A, Las Vegas 89141. Our number is 702-800-6887, or you can email us at premier, PREMIER, PTPR@gmail.com.
We'll put that on the screen as well, so
Yeah,
they'll be able
thank
to
you.
see that.
Thank you. And we accept most insurances. We're still working with some insurance, but definitely Medicare, Medicaid, we're accepting that now. We also we provide transportation, which is very important. A lot of patients now that don't have any means of going to the clinic and get help, therapy wise. That's what we do. We pick them up for free. We drive them back to their homes, and we do that twice, 3 times a week.
Yeah, it feels, when you come into your facility, it feels comfortable. It feels like I can trust you. You even have coffee there for us.
Yeah, we have snacks, we have coffee. Some patients that want to take a break, they have coffee and cookies and all that.
That's amazing.
Well,
They don't give me that at the other physical therapy places. Well, this has been a real pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much for
sharing
having
this.
me.
I think our audience, because a lot of my audience is older, you know, I think it's important for them to meet people like you and see that you're a real kind human being.
Well, thank
and
you.
You know, if
Thank
you're
you.
looking for somebody to help you get better, you know, what better than to go to your facility,
Thank
the
you.
Premier Physical Therapy and Pulmonary Rehab.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, there's three of us who are mainly there. It's me and Tom. He's a physical therapist, and Eric, who is the respiratory therapist. You know, and he's really good. He works. You know, he works more with sleep apnea and COPD patients.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, former COVID patients and all that. So he's really good. Really good. You know,
Well,
so.
I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us today. I hope you'll come back. We've got some other great guests for you in the weeks to come.